Did you miss us? I mean, I just have to be honest. We took a couple of weeks off because we had to get right to make sure we came back tonight. And what can I say, ladies and gentlemen? Welcome into the Sports Arena. I'm your man Eric Wilson, live on a Monday night. Y'all know how we do it at 10 p.m. Let me get the entire, and when I say the entire, we have the crew back here with us. I gotta have the Queen of Hoops in the building with us, Miss Megan Price, 806 Sports. I got my man Blue Hawks 13, John Shear is back with us in the building. Still wearing that ugly ass Miami Dolphins shirt, but that's okay. We love John no matter what. The big guard is in the building, looking like little guard right now because he gonna pull up eventually. And then of course the left coast, the west coast, ASU forks up the Sun Devil himself, my brother Mike Caratanudo. Good evening to everybody. Welcome back. It is so great to see all of y'all. Thank y'all for being a part of this tonight, man. For real.
Of course.
And everybody's quiet. That's fine. I'll talk the whole night. Y'all already know that I'm ready to go. So ain't nobody got nothing to say. That's fine. What is this big guard? What is he saying down here? Please, somebody tell me.
I ain't said nothing. What you talking about?
Say it again. Okay. I'm like, what are y'all doing? Oh, that's that new thing that StreamYard has. I haven't added mine yet. That's okay.
I thought he was gonna say he wanted a chocolate cake shake just for old time's sake.
No, only Mike would say that.
Only Mike. Mike, I have to say, having never had one, I hear more about it from everybody, including you. So, man, I know. Eventually, I will have one in your honor. And living so close to one, because there is one in St. Pete, I guess I got to go try one eventually. But, all right, you know what? We got a jam-packed show. The Queen is with us for a very short amount of time here tonight, so let's jump right into this. And my first thing tonight that I want to talk about is the fact that this guy, the number one draft pick, and I'm not even going to try and say his last name. I'm just going to call him Mr. Victor. He is officially no longer playing the rest of Summer League. So I have to ask y'all, being at the...
Got to go to me first.
Okay, fine, Megan. I'll go to you first. Ladies first. Is this...
No, because I'm a Spurs fan.
Well, I know. But is this a good idea or a bad idea to sit this brother down so early? So, Queen, you want to go first? Take it.
Okay, so first off, I'm going to help you say his name. Wembanyama. Wembanyama. Take it into three syllables. Wembanyama. Okay, yeah, it's Vic. I think it's the perfect idea because do we want another Chet situation? Like, we saw what he can do. He settled in. He had 27 points last night. Could have had 6 or 7 blocks if the refs weren't so soft. So I feel like we see what he can do. Now's the time for him to probably take some time off. He played in the European League for a while, took them to the championship. He's not like these other rookies. The first ones to they had a little break. Now they're playing again. Like, Vic hasn't even had a break. So I think it's time to take a break, take a little time off, and then you spend the rest of the time training. Hopefully trying to put a little weight on because we all know he might get bullied out there. When Baby was falling in the first game, he just looked like a struggling giraffe. He's just so big. Like, he definitely needs to put a little weight on. But beyond that, I want to see him healthy in the regular season. I don't care about the Summer League. But shout out to the Summer League because Julian Champagne coming for y'all.
Okay, but my thing is this. As a young man who has never played in the NBA, I don't care how talented you are overseas or how talented you are in college. We have to see what you are able to do so that you are prepared because, like you just said, going into the regular season, he's going to be banging up against the Giannis Antetokounmpos of the world, the Joel Embiids of the world, the Anthony Davises of the world. And you expect this young man to just be prepared by having him sit the rest of summer.
Was Chet prepared? No, he got injured in the Summer League.
No, we didn't see him. Well, Chet didn't play in the Summer League. He got hurt playing Drew League with LeBron.
Drew League. You're right. But playing in something that was not regular season. Like, we didn't get to see him the entire season. Now he put on, 13, 15 pounds? And he came in looking tough. Shut Chet down, too.
Okay. Hold on. Let me get my co-host in here. The sports reporter without pay, the one, the only, Mr. Ray Lynn in the building. Because
what up, man?
I need you to provide some clarity here for me because I asked a question about Victor, the number one draft pick, and I'm not going to butcher his first name. I'm just not last name. I'm not going to do it.
Wembanyama.
He is being set for the rest of the summer league. And I think it's a bad idea. So I'm asking Ray, good idea or bad idea?
Great idea.
He is being set for the rest of the summer. How is this a great idea?
Great idea. Like, I mean, you got to protect your investment, right? Like, it's the same thing as load management or whatever, right? Like, that's why players get. First off, you got to remember who started load management, right? Like,
his coach.
This was a Greg Popovich special. Like, Greg Popovich is the originator of load management. He's the originator of why is Tim Duncan and Manu and Tony Parker not playing? Rest, right? Like, no injuries. No, nothing. Just rest. I'm resting my players. Why? Because over the span of 20 years, we compete for championships. We don't care about all these regular season games. So this kid, with all the hype he has, right, with all the hoopla surrounding him, these games are meaningless, right? Summer league is for guys that are maybe trying to make a team, guys you're trying to see what they're capable of, guys you're trying to see if they're ready. With as much hype as around this kid been the #1 pick 2 years ago. He was the #1 pick in this year's draft 2 years ago, right? He's gonna play from day one. He's not trying to make the team. They're not trying to see how they're gonna squeeze him in the rotation. He is the new face of the franchise moving forward. Who need to play him in Summer League for? He had one stinker, and then he had a great game. Y'all seen it. That's enough.
All right, Tyree, as a coach, as someone who watches athletes on a day-to-day basis, isn't it about the repetition? Isn't it about the consistency? Isn't it about making sure that your player can sustain a full season and be able to play gentlemen who are maybe bigger, a little stockier, more built, more athletic? I mean, I'm not in the mindset. I get it. He's a #1 pick. He's on the Spurs. I got all that. But if this young man ain't playing right now, and you got this little bit much tape on it, which I know is a good thing in some regards, but in other regards, what about his footwork? What about his mechanics? What about him on a day-to-day basis? You're expecting this young man to play 82 games, which we know he's not going to, but that's the anticipation.
So this is my thing. You asked the question, then you went on for about 5 minutes. So I'm not even really sure what I'm just saying. You pulled a Mike Carrotanu up. You're supposed to ask me a 30-second question.
Okay.
All right. Went on for about 5 minutes.
Fine.
But I got it.
My question is simply this.
I got it.
My question is simply. Okay.
I got it. It's under control. The thing is this. You keep saying the Summer League. A lot of these on that Spurs roster, there may be 3 guys playing in the Summer League other than Victor Wembanyama that will be playing during the regular season. The same thing for the teams they're playing against. It's not like he's playing against a bunch of NBA guys. I'm not saying nothing's wrong with any of these guys. They're professionals. A lot of these guys will be in the G League. A lot of these guys will be overseas. Some of them might be playing in the TBT tournament later on this summer. But I don't think you gain anything from him playing. Only thing that could happen is him getting hurt. You don't gain anything from him playing. Honestly, if he had the game Friday night that he had Sunday afternoon, I don't think he would have played Sunday. If we're being honest, I think they did that to give us a taste. If you notice, these were the 2 games that were on ESPN2. They wanted to give us a little taste, let us know what we were going to see. Now that we've seen it, you sit them. I mean, I'm just being honest. But if you look around the Summer League, a lot of the other top picks aren't playing. Scoot said yesterday that he wanted to play. Did he play today? I don't know. I don't think he did. Right? Amen Thompson got hurt. He sprained ankle. I think he's out 3 to 4 weeks or something. Scoot hurt his shoulder too, but Amen hurt his ankle. He was out 3 to 4 weeks. We don't want that. We don't need any setbacks. Now, like Megan said, the main thing I'm going to do with Victor right now is you need to get with Tim Duncan, Hakeem Olajuwon, somebody. You need to do something with that footwork. Because I don't know if them size 30s or whatever he wearing, but
wait, hold on. But y'all got to go check out his Instagram. No, go watch his footwork workouts. Like, he really does put a lot into that. So, like, before you sit there and criticize it, go watch his work.
I got it, but I know what I seen in the game. I know when he was out there playing defense on Brandon Miller, he looked very clunky. I'm not saying nothing's wrong with him. Okay. I'm just telling you what I've seen. I've been watching professional athletes for a long time. I know his feet look weird.
And that's my point. But since I gave him Mike,
he's a giraffe. He's the size of a giraffe. Of course, it looks weird.
Eric, I have a serious question. So how many games are there in Summer League?
11?
Your guess is as good as mine. I'm going to say, what, 20?
No,
it's not 20 games.
10. It's like 10. It's like 7 or 9.
It depends on how much you win,
Yeah.
I think.
Yeah.
So here's my thing, right? Whatever anybody thinks he's going to get in 5 or 6, because even if he played, you can guarantee they're going to sit him the last 2 or 3. Like at that point, it's like, okay, we got. My thing is, again, like I said, with all the hype surrounding him, it's not a question of whether or not he's going to start from day one. He is, right? What do we expect him to learn in these next 5 or 6 games in Summer League against a bunch of guys struggling to make rosters that he ain't going to learn in the first 5-6 games when he out there against the real? I mean, like, I don't know what he's going to gain. You know what I'm saying? Like,
what I feel, okay, I'll answer that question. What I feel he's going to gain is repetition. What I feel he's going to gain is consistency in how he approaches playing in the NBA. Granted, it may not be against the guys that he's going to see night in and night out, okay? Some of those guys, maybe a couple, yes, but predominantly, no.
Eric,
I think you're being selfish.
Hold on, Ty.
How am I being selfish?
Because you want to see him play.
No, Eric, I got a serious question.
Did y'all see Pop smiling in the stands? We ain't seen Pop smile in 5 years. We good. Okay. Shut him down.
John, Mike, I'm going to get to y'all in a minute. Hold on. Let me get Ray. Hold on. But John, Mike, I'm going to get to y'all in just a minute. Go ahead, Ray.
And it's for everybody. Just if Fox, FS1, ESPN, any of those guys called you up today, right? Today, told you we need you to do a show tomorrow. One, would you do it?
Yes.
Would you do well?
Yes.
Why?
Because of my experience.
Because you've been doing this. You've been doing this. This kid been playing basketball. Like him playing. Like, it's like me saying, Eric, ESPN called you up tomorrow. I don't know, man. Do a few more episodes of Sports Arena before you go, man. You need to repetition. I've been doing this my whole life. I was built for this. You know what I'm saying? Like, he's the highest rated prospect since, again, people are saying LeBron James. I believe Zion had enough hype too. Like, people just skipping right past that. But he is one of the most highly touted prospects we've seen in this lifetime. That kid been playing basketball his whole life. If he ain't ready yet, it ain't gonna happen in these next 4 summer league games.
But Ray, we're talking debating versus basketball, and let me get Mike and John in here because I appreciate you guys hanging out. So, but this is what I'm saying, and then since I gave a Carrot Tenuto question/answer as according to the big guard, I'm gonna go to Carrot Tenuto about this. What I'm saying to you is, because I have consistently done it, and maybe not on that level, I know within myself I'm prepared, but I still want to get repetitions because I would come to y'all and be like, yo, I got the call. What do you think? And if even one of y'all said to me, E, you might want to put in a couple more shows, watch your watch your thises and your that's, and make sure you're fluid, I'd be like, okay. I would take the advice of people who have seen me do it and done it with me, even though I would be on the first thing smoking. Yes. Mike, tell me how you feel about it.
I mean, look, I would have liked one more game. I'm with, the big guard and Ray on, a lot of these guys aren't going to be on rosters. I mean, a lot of these guys can end up back in the G League. I get that. I think the one thing that he would benefit from too, and they were talking about it here's one for you, Eric, when the Suns beat the Heat earlier today in Summer League. Suns beat the Heat. Which is nice to see. Yeah, I know John doesn't care when the Heat lose in Summer League, but during the season we might not hear from him anyway. But no, look, his handling of the ball, like the way he can handle the ball. But they brought up a great point because when Kenny Smith joined the broadcast for the Suns, he was saying, they were talking about him handling the ball, and for a big man, the way his handle is very solid. But they were saying at times he's got to know when, because if he's got a bigger guy on him, okay, yeah, you can take him out on the perimeter and use your handles. But you have a smaller guard on you, and you're trying to sit there and, obviously his arms, his length, everything. It's going to be a little tougher. So I may have liked to see one more game, but overall, it's Summer League. Most of these guys aren't going to be there. He'll get that in preseason with the Spurs. And, with Megan saying Pop smiling, he got that 5-year extension. Thursday? Or was it Thursday or Friday? There,
$80 million.
Yeah, he got a 5-year extension, but it's not all – he might not have finished it out coaching, but he's still the president of basketball operations. So even if he coaches for like 2 or 3, I think, obviously having Victor is a huge part of that. But, yeah, I'm with you, Eric. Yeah, would I like to see more? Yes. But all the things that Ray and Ty brought up about guys getting injured in Summer League, in all of it. And when you see it and they're out, for 3 to 6 weeks or 6 to 8 weeks, then it kind of leaks into the beginning of training camp. You're going to see more from him in preseason games, or you're going to get a better read on him. To your
I don't
question,
want to see him then.
I'm just saying you're going to get a better read in preseason games. Yes,
okay.
I
don't even want to see him in the preseason.
John,
that's ridiculous.
John Shear,
so
could you please help me make some sense of this?
Hold on 1 second. So we don't say nothing when quarterbacks don't play in the preseason in the NFL. We don't say nothing then.
When rookie quarterbacks don't play in the NFL? Yes,
any
I do
type
say
of quarterback.
No, I say something. You may not say something, but I say something.
I've never not seen a rookie quarterback play in preseason.
That's a horrible analogy, Ty.
No, we've seen rookie quarterbacks play, but we haven't seen him play a whole lot.
Sunshine didn't do much. He didn't do much in the preseason.
He didn't play a whole lot. Look it up.
Because he's the number 1 draft pick. Let him cook in his regular season.
A lot of those guys don't play a whole lot no more. Look now. Those rookie quarterbacks don't play a whole lot.
I'm not talking to you right now. Career over. John, please help me with this one.
Might play a quarter here and there.
So you mentioned about how he'll have to bang around with Giannis, right?
I did.
All right. So do you know what Kevin Durant's weight was out of college?
Why you gotta ask me all these trivia questions tonight?
No, I'm just asking. I want to know.
$175.
No,
I mean, remember because he went. Whatever.
He was 204 out of college. Victor's 209. Kevin Durant's up to 240 right now, which is 3 pounds less. 3 pounds less than Giannis. So Kevin Durant went from 204 to 243 or 240, and Giannis is 243. Like, he can beef up. It's not that big a deal. His size. When you're the number 1 pick, you don't have to play in these games because all you're doing is exposing yourself to injury. Again, if you look at rookies, I mean, I compare it to Adley Rutschman for the Orioles. His rookie year last year, he was terrible his first 50 games or so. He was awful. But then he figured it out. That's what
not 125.
People are gonna overreact. Like they did after 1 game of Summer League, 2 games of Summer League. Like, they're going to overreact and say, wow, he's awful. Wow, he's great. I mean, his first game, he had, 5 or 6 blocks? Like, that's pretty impressive, even though he didn't shoot great. People are going to overreact. He's going to figure it out. He's under Pop, one of the greatest coaches of all time. Like, I'm not worried about him. He's going to be in a great system. It might take him a couple weeks to figure it out. He might look, rusty. He might not look great, but he'll be fine. He don't need to play in these games. Ty's completely right. I don't know why you guys are knocking him for what he's saying. Like, you didn't really see
him.
John, when you say y'all, it's literally 4 of us agreeing with Ty.
No, you said it was an awful analogy.
About the quarterback part?
Yeah.
That was an awful analogy.
It's quarterbacks that don't play in the preseason.
Tell me the last rookie quarterback. Tell me the last rookie quarterback that didn't play.
It's Joe Burrow or Trevor Lawrence. When they
played
number 1 picks,
they played, but they didn't play a lot. He played 2 games.
A couple of snaps.
The preseason's only 3 games. It's only 3 preseason games.
You'll see him for a series,
took 3 snaps.
and then they're gone. Like,
okay,
Ty's completely right about that.
I also want to respond to that last comment.
Behind the 3rd string offensive line, you got to stop.
Exactly.
Go ahead,
I also want to respond to that last comment. He said he doesn't believe KD 240. What you need to not believe is that he's not 6'10", because he's really 7 foot. Watch him standing next to DeAndre Ayton this season. He just did not want to be listed as a center. That's what you shouldn't believe.
All right. He also
couldn't live 135 at the combine either. So I mean,
All right. When we come back, we are going to talk about some coaching carousel that has changes. And we're going to get everybody's thoughts on it. More with the entire crew when we come back.
Audio
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. Yes, National Scouting Combine, January 8th through the 12th, 2024. Man, it's going to be an exciting time, and I'm glad I got the crew here with me tonight. As always, I got the Queen of Hoops, Miss Megan Price, the Big Guard Ty Ray, John Shear, Blue Hawks 13, the left coast, the west coast, and Forks Up, ASU Sun Devil, Pac-12, Mike Caratanudo, and my co-host and Mr. Ball Don't Lie, and one of the best debaters out there, my sports reporter without pay, Ray Lynn. All right, so this offseason, there have been some coaching changes. As you see, Nick Nurse is now in the 2-1-5 with Philadelphia. Monty Williams is with the Pistons. Frank Vogel is with the Phoenix Suns. And Ume Udoka is with the Houston Rockets. So, does this coaching carousel change? The question is this team going to excel, or are they going to take a step back based on the coach? Not based on the talent, not based on the – I'm talking about the coach. Does the coach in their new position, do they make that team better? I'll go first. Fine. I'm saying y'all just –
I'll jump out there. If you want.
Waiting on y'all.
Okay, so I feel like the two that benefited the most, Houston and Detroit. So, like, definitely with Detroit, not only are you getting Monty himself, but the staff that he brought on with him, like Steven Silas, former head coach of the Houston Rockets. Like, not only is that a good pickup, he's going to get a little development, but also they're close. They're friends. Like, we've seen it whenever Steven's dad passed away, Monty was holding him on the court. Like, we know that that's going to be good chemistry right there. And that's exactly what Detroit needs. Like, they really needed somebody to rein in their owner a little bit. As we know, he's troublesome. And then over in Houston, even though you got all this off the court drama with Ime, like, you got on court drama with Jalen Green and some other players. So I think he's the perfect person to rein that in. He is a bit of a player's coach, but I think you got to take him serious too. So I think for me, those are the two big wins.
All right, Big Guard.
I'll say one thing, boy. It's a face I seen on that screen, boy. That dude got to be the luckiest coach in basketball. He got to be the luckiest coach in basketball history. The man got to coach LeBron, AD, get a ring. Now he got KD, Devin Booker, and Bradley Beal. That's all I got to say about that. That guy's very lucky. That's all I'm gonna say.
Tyree.
I'm just saying that's a lucky,
wait a minute.
That's a lucky dude.
That's luckier than coaching Michael Jordan, Kobe, and Shaq.
Hey, but look, Phil put in some work though.
When?
What do you mean when?
We walked into a situation,
but he got put out of New York as the GM though.
GM as a coach, Phil ain't never. Listen, Steve Kerr's a little different. Phil ain't never not had Mike or Kobe.
I'm just saying, man. All I'm saying is this: Phil left the Bulls because he wanted to, right? Now you can debate with him ever in the front.
He left because the rest of the team broke up.
I got you. But what I'm saying is, listen to me. He left the Bulls because he wanted to. Your boy, that been fired multiple times. Yet he keep getting the marquee jobs. Brother man can't get that though.
Tyree.
That's all I'm saying.
The leading scorer on the 98-99 Chicago Bulls was Tony Kukoc. The second leading scorer was Ron Harper. The third leading scorer was Brent Berry.
And that don't mean nothing.
Man, get out of here,
that
man.
Don't mean nothing.
That man saw the handwriting on the wall. He pulled the LeBron before the LeBron. He said, it's about to get dark around here, dog. I'm going to catch y'all on the flip side. Mike gone, Scotty gone, Rodman gone. I'm going to catch y'all later.
Jerry Krause was going to be gone in the beginning of the season. The whole last dance thing, they weren't going to be back.
Let's backtrack. This all started because he said Vogel is the luckiest coach. I'm simply saying Phil Jackson has never not had Michael Kobe.
And then how many championships did Mike have before Phil?
How many did Phil have? Zero. What are we doing here?
I'm just saying, Michael Jordan admitted to changing the way he played because of what Phil Jackson wanted out of the team, out of the offense. Yeah, Michael Jordan got his.
So who's the architect of the offense? Who's the architect of the offense, Mike? It ain't Phil. Who's the architect of the offense? It ain't Phil.
Tex Winter's the architect of the offense. Everybody knows that.
Yeah. The triangle.
Listen, I'm not saying Phil's not a good coach. I'm simply just saying he said he was lucky. I'm saying that man walked into the man y'all called a coach.
And at that level, you have to be able to coach. You have to be able to coach those.
So you telling me Frank Vogel ain't been lucky?
No, he said he's the luckiest.
Frank Vogel had them Pacers teams, dog.
Them Pacers teams is good. No, the only time he wasn't lucky is when he was in Orlando. It was career over there.
Hey, two things, man. I've been watching too much Cam and Mace. My man right here, shout out in the comments, man. But hey, bro, Wemby could take a lot of punishment. Bang with grown men. Pause, man. That's some Jalen Green kind of stuff going on, man. Watch your mouth out there.
But all I know is Frank Vogel got fired in Indiana, fired with the Magic, fired with the Lakers.
Okay, hold on. So how much stock are we?
And he still keep getting jobs.
Tyree, real quick. How much stock are we putting into coaches being fired? Now, we did a segment. Shout out to our Facebook viewers, right? We did a segment when we was on No Filter. And I'm gonna bring that segment back because this was gonna be my point on this topic.
We don't want to hear nobody on No Filter.
I'm simply saying.
We don't want to hear nobody on No Filter. Unless you don't got one on right now.
Bro, listen. In the last 10 years, the only coaches that won championships that still got their jobs is Steve Kerr and Greg Popovich.
My coach.
Okay, so how many have been fired 3 or 4 times?
Bro, you only get fired because you keep letting.
Not my coach.
Vogel got fired.
Question. How many have been fired 3 or 4 times?
But Doc Rivers keep getting fired too. You ain't talking about him.
He ain't got no job right now either.
He'll have one next year. He ain't got no
job right now.
Bro, I'm simply saying, like we can see it time and time again.
Look,
like,
you're not a bot. Like, can't no coach on that list be a boss other than Pop, to be perfectly honest, because he fired the coach, made himself the coach. Ain't nobody making moves like that. So just knock everybody else down. Pop the goat.
Hey, but on the coaching carousel tip, my thing is, it's kind of wild, man. Coaches are moving just like players now. And it ain't them, right? But, like, I don't even understand where teams are like, hey, that guy couldn't get it done over there. Let's bring him over here, right? Like, and it's same guys just being circulated. Again, man, like, winning a championship used to buy you some millions. Not no more. Nick Nurse just won a championship. He just won a championship in 2018. Vogel just won one in 2020. Monty Williams just had Phoenix in the finals in 2021. We ain't heard Tyloo won with Cleveland. Now he over in LA. Winning the championship literally means nothing. Budenholzer, gone.
To be fair, Giannis won Budenholzer a championship, and Kawhi won Nick Nurse a championship. So please do not.
Budenholzer was on the way out the door before.
Yeah.
LeBron was also the coach in Cleveland. So, you know.
Hold on. So what we doing now, John? We're discrediting coaching altogether.
No.
Hold on. If I say Jimmy Butler got Miami to the finals, you gonna go?
Megan and I sat on this panel. And
don't
Eric,
call Megan for backup.
Sat on this panel and talked about how Budenholzer was about to get fired that playoff run. Right. And then he pulled a rabbit out of his ass, and he somehow kept his job.
It was not him. It was not him. Okay, well,
Giannis,
maybe it was him. I'll give him this. He spent the entire season, the entire playoffs, never adjusted one damn time. He adjusted in that Phoenix series, and it saved his job, whether it was him or his assistant or it was Giannis that put the team on his back. But they won that in spite of Budenholzer. Absolutely, I discredit. And I know he's a part of Pop's coaching tree, but he spent the entire season not adjusting.
So can I ask this question? Can y'all tell me put everybody on the screen. This ain't no solo shot. I'm just curious. Can somebody tell me what this sounds like?
Keep Barry Sanders on the screen by himself.
Tell me what this sounds like. Somebody just tell me what this sounds like. Jeff Teague, Joe Johnson, Kyle Korver, Paul Millsap, Al Horford.
Sound like 4 All-Stars to me.
Sound like a Utah Jazz line.
Four guys as All-Stars at the same time.
You know why they
Before I go, I want to address this comment right here where they was like, Pop did nothing without Tim Duncan. Is he still the GOAT? Well, we about to see what he's going to do without Tim. You right about that, but he's going to be the first to admit it. He said the best thing, the secret to his success was drafting Tim Duncan. So you're not doing anything that he doesn't admit himself. So, bye.
So listen, that lineup that I just gave, right?
4 All-Stars.
4 All-Stars at the same time. That ain't nothing. In the Eastern Conference, bro, if your team could win some games, we've seen Boston do it. We've seen the Pistons do it, right? You win some games, they're going to make you All-Star. Rasheed Wallace was averaging 13 points a game. He was an All-Star, right? That team won 60 games with Budenholzer. Let's not act like he can't coach. He won 60 games with Paul Millsap as his best player. Mm-hmm. Paul Millsap, Ty.
And that team made it to where in the playoffs? Got swept by LeBron and them, right? I'm asking.
Eastern Conference Finals. Somewhere they shouldn't have been with Paul Millsap as the best player.
Right. But I would tell you, I got you. But what she said is correct. Budenholzer was about to get if they didn't win the finals that year, Budenholzer was going to get, if they didn't make it to the finals for one, and they didn't win the finals, everybody was calling for his job, for his lack of adjustments. You can say what it is. It's a fact. He was about to get fired.
And it's also a fact that he won 60 games with Atlanta.
And winning that championship bought him some time.
Multiple 60-game win seasons. How many times the Bucks had the best record in the league? Best offense and best defense. You can say what you want to say about him with his adjustments.
And the best record you should wear, though.
What you mean? Everybody can't have the best record, Ty.
You're right, but he did all that and got one finals appearance to show for it.
And won, too. He won in that final.
Mike Harrington.
And a first-round exit this year. You know what I mean? He had a first-round exit this year.
Oh, hold on. Giannis was injured. I'm not going
down. He won't hit the whole time. You got to stop.
No, you can't throw injuries into. You cannot. No. I hate the
game one.
But hold on, you cannot throw the injury argument into playoffs. Every single team goes through injuries. Then the same exact game, Tyler Hero got injured. Now, I'm not saying that Tyler Hero is as important as Giannis is to his team, but he is very important. So no, you can't throw injuries into it. It don't matter. It's the playoffs. It's playoffs.
It's the second time Miami done caught them like this. It's the second time Miami done caught Milwaukee in the first or second round.
It don't matter who's injured.
So Budenholzer makes the NBA Finals and actually wins, and we say he can't coach. Spo done been twice and ain't won since LeBron left, but he's a great coach. Like that is. Are you listening? Are you listening, John?
He won that championship because Giannis carried him to that championship, not because of him. They won in spite of him. That doesn't mean he can't coach. Just mean he's not a very
one hand, half a dozen in the other.
Hold on. I'm tired of this in spite of, because Ray, as you know, I was the one when we were talking about, said I didn't think Budenholzer deserved to be fired. It had nothing to do because Eric's like, oh, you want the Suns to win. Yeah, I did want the Suns to win, but I didn't think Budenholzer deserved to be fired. And after Giannis was okay, he was a little slow in game one. We saw it. The Suns still won game two, and then they got it handed to them. There were adjustments. So, yeah, did it come from the staff? Did it come from Budenholzer? Yes, the guy can coach. Yes, there's only going to be one champ or one best record, like you said. And, yeah, Ty, you're looking at it. Can Budenholzer coach? Yeah, these guys keep getting recycled. We've talked about that. Is it frustrating? It's like, well, you got fired here. But to Ray's point, you win a championship. And then, yeah, Megan, you can say, oh, injuries don't come into it when you're in certain teams when – oh, so-and-so's down. Well, they're putting up a fight, but they're done. When the Suns swept the Nuggets with no Jamal Murray, most of the Denver press was like, yeah, great. Maybe the Suns now have a clear path to the finals. But they were like sweeping on the rug because, oh, we don't have this and that. They have their full squad, and Chris Paul's banged up a little bit. So everybody's going to pull the injury card when it benefits them.
But
to that point with Budenholzer,
your best asset is your availability.
He made adjustments, whether DeAndre Ayton was soft or not, but Chris Paul kept getting pushed out.
He's soft.
Could not hit.
What the Phoenix losing got to do with anything, man?
Compared to DeAndre was soft. But what I'm saying is Chris Paul was missing shots. Devin Booker was looking for some passes late because of the way defensively they adjusted. So games 3 and 4 game 4 especially was absolutely miserable in Milwaukee. So yeah, I mean Budenholzer, they wanted him gone.
No, I never said he couldn't or could coach. I simply stated the fact that before he won that championship, everybody was calling for his job.
And that's why I agree with you. I was one that said I don't see why they're calling for his job. Yes, he has Giannis. Yes, you're going to win a lot of games with Giannis. We know that. But look what Holiday and Middleton meant to that as they got better as a trio. Like people say, oh, well, Budenholzer, this and that, he should be gone. They're winning games. At what point is like, okay, you want him gone? If they didn't win the title, I'm with you. If they didn't get out of the Eastern Conference Finals,
but you know what?
We got to cut this conversation. We will come back to it. I promise you at a later time. We've got to say goodnight to the Queen, and we've got to keep it moving. So, Queen of Hoops, thank you. All the love on 806 Sports.
Before I go, I just want to say, you know who gave the Aces their second loss. Now, I'm not saying that was our championship. I'm not saying we doing a whole lot, but hey, it was a good win. We caught the Aces on a random bad game. Shout out to the Wings. But good night, y'all.
Yes, and we are going to take a break on that and be right back.
Connecting your brain and body with interactive games and tests. Why is there no physical activity in today's health physical? Trazer is an holistic technology used to rehabilitate, prevent falls, and improve sport performance. Trazer Reports provide you, your clinician, your physical therapist, or athletic trainer objective data to make decisions on your health and performance over time. Measure what matters to change your game. Take the Trazer Challenge. Confidence, growth, connected by Trazer.
Back to the sports community. Your man Eric Wilson alongside Ty Ray from Say What, Say It Again. Hey man, when does the next season start for Say What?
Whenever Ball Don't Lie, start back up.
See, why? Man. You ain't right. You ain't even right.
Whenever the Detroit Lions win the Super.
You got to go. See, no, I got to keep no. See,
hey, man.
He ain't even right about that.
Hey, JFK only missed one Lion playoff win in it, since he just got shot in the head. I'm just saying.
You know what? You got to go too. What is with these people?
What we doing out here? That's how everybody feeling today. That's how everybody feeling today, right?
Everybody just want to be in their
win the
feelings
division
right
this year. There's my shocker pick. I got your team winning the division this year.
Oh, you ain't the only one, but we'll get into that down the road. We will talk about that down the road.
I'm just trying to figure something out.
Prediction.
I'm just trying to figure something out that Ray said.
What?
So Ray said that Milwaukee, that Budenholzer made it to the finals and won, and he said that since Miami, since LeBron done been gone, Spoelstra ain't won nothing. My thing is this: when you're the number one, we can look at it however we want to look at it. When you're the number one team in the East, we expect you to make the finals. We do.
Hold on, but real quick though, how do we put that barometer there? You become the number one seed by winning games. What did you talk about?
We expect you to make it to the finals. Milwaukee has been the number one seed several times.
Bro, that's
haven't made it.
So absurd. Like to be like, okay, we're good in the regular season. How do we get good? Because our coach is good and we won games. So now we expect you to win. But
it's about winning what though, right? It's not just about winning 60 games.
Bro, I'm simply saying, you're now saying that because he won 60 games, then he won. Well, it was expected. Like, what do you mean it was expected?
It was. If you're number one seed, you're expected to make the finals, and they didn't.
But how do you get to be the number one seed? You got to win those games. What you talking about?
That's bro.
That don't make you a good coach.
What do you? So every coach just winning 60 games out there.
Hey,
that don't
every coach just winning 60 games.
How many games did David Black win in Cleveland?
Oh my God!
I don't know.
All right, look, we got to move on. This conversation, we have got to move on because we got something I need to ask y'all. Y'all, ladies and gentlemen, this is what y'all been missing from the sports arena. But don't worry, we back. So here's my next question to y'all. I'm gonna put up a person's face. I need y'all to tell me where will he land. All right. So first name on the list. Y'all know what time it is. No pun intended. Dame time. So John Shear. Where will Damian?
Why you let him go first? Why you let him go first on this?
Because John has been patiently waiting tonight to pick his poison. So I want to give him the opportunity.
There's only one place. He only wants to go to Miami, and he's not playing if he gets traded anywhere else. We've already seen the reports. So why would I pick anywhere else? He obviously wants out. He's already asked for a trade. Like, they're clearly in a rebuild. He doesn't want to be part of a rebuild. He's friends with Jimmy Butler. Like, it just makes sense for him to go to Miami. He wants to go to Miami. And if you're Portland, why would you drag yourself through this? You just got your top draft pick. Why would you put yourself through this and not go and get assets to add with your top draft pick? Like, why wouldn't you do that? Why would you try and keep a guy that doesn't want to be there and try and keep that contract instead of getting assets? Like, this is just telling other free agents, because you're going to have to build through free agency eventually. It's telling other free agents that this organization, the front office, doesn't know how to manage superstars. And if I'm a superstar going into free agency, I'm not considering Portland if this is how they're going to treat their stars. It's a players' league. Like, we have to be okay with that. It's just how it is.
Big guard, where's he going?
So my thing is this: we got to act like every time somebody picked the destination, they went there. Kawhi, it was said that Kawhi, before he went to Toronto, it was said that if he went different places, he wasn't going to play. His destination was LA or New York. They sent the man to another country. I'm just saying, Dame, he wants to go to Miami, yes. I don't think their best offer is going to be from Miami, but him and his agent have been scaring away other teams.
It'll have to be a 4 or 5 team trade, right?
It's going to have to be. It's going to have to be a 4. It's going to have to be a minimum of 3 teams.
Yep.
Okay, Mike Caratino, could you answer the question, please, Big Guard? Where is he going to land?
Oh, me. I mean, look.
No. Since Big Guard like to call me Mike Caratino, and he couldn't answer the question that I asked earlier tonight. Wow. Okay, where is Dame Lillard going to land?
Brooklyn.
Ray Lynn, where's he going to go?
He's obviously going to go to Miami, but I'm just saying. It's just fuck. Boy, it was all good just a week ago. I couldn't find many more of them. Like Dame Lillard was the poster child for, y'all boys running from the grind and everybody switching team. Boy, it's all good till it ain't good. And I ain't even mad at him for doing it. And when he was saying all this stuff, I said, it's going to come back to bite him. He got to eventually get tired of being there, right? And not only does he say he requests a trade, I request a trade, and the only team I want to go play for is the team that was in the finals. Oh, y'all boys run. Y'all see Paul George been talking crazy about him. Y'all boys
run. That, yeah.
Not only do I not want to be important no more, I'm only willing to go to the team that was just in the finals.
I don't blame Paul George either. The way he was killing him.
Man,
Mike Caratino, where is Dame Lillard? I'm talking about Paul George. Where is Dame Lillard going to land, my brother?
I mean, since he wants to go to Miami, and that's the only one Miami.
In that context, man, bye.
I think a insane fit. We talked about him earlier. I'm glad she's gone, but I think San Antonio with Pop, as much as he said he's always respected San Antonio, you have him. You have a guy like Wembanyama who can flow free because of Lillard. That would be sick to me, but it's going to be Miami because he wants to. I'm with the Big Guard on this. I mean, yeah, when guys say they want to go somewhere, we're like, where do they always end up there? No, but Portland's going to make it happen. I mean, look, if Miami doesn't offer enough, then Portland's not going to make it happen. So he's screwed.
PG, send me to LA. He was in OKC.
Yeah.
All right. So then the next man up, and really quick, I got to say shout out to my brother Cortland Griffin, the halftime show with Cortland Griffin this coming Thursday. Your man's going to be on the halftime show talking about his Philadelphia Eagles. Thank God they didn't ask Mike to come talk about
watch
the Cowboys.
Yourself. He talks all crazy. He talks all crazy on there. So watch yourself. That man's all fine.
Mike. John. What? Hey, we gotta move on to the next guy. And this is my guy right here. You know the beard. The question everybody keeps asking is James Harden going to stay in Philadelphia? If you ask me, that answer is emphatically yes, he's staying in Philadelphia. So since me and Ty are actually on the same page with this one tonight, first time in 43 minutes. Oh, Mike is also saying Philly. That's 3. Ray, where is James? 4. John, are you unanimous on this?
I don't think he's staying in Philly. I don't think James Harden.
So then where's he going?
I think maybe the Clippers. I don't know why they would want him, but I mean that's the only thing I've really heard.
It's a weird.
I just don't see how it's
situation.
A match in Philly for him to stay there. Like it doesn't fit. It just doesn't.
It's not a match, John. But you have to look at it like this: with his contract, a lot of teams, and I've told Avery and them this. The main reason why it's so hard to trade him right now was one,
money. Yeah,
he can't sign an extension. So if he gets there, you have to trust that whatever he tells you, that he's going to re-sign, and that you'll have him the next year. If not, you would have traded away assets to get him, and then he walks.
I just meant he's not a fit because, like, you have to get somebody with Embiid at some point that can get you over the hump past the second round and where you want to go. So James Harden's not it, and you're going to waste Embiid's prime.
Yeah, but John, what can you trade James Harden for? That's going to get you over the hump? I don't have a solution.
I'm just telling you. You have to. You can't keep him. Like so. That's why I think they get rid of him.
You kind of stuck with him. If you
picked up his option. So unless anybody, wants to pay that 35.5 or 6 mil, whatever it is, then he picked up his option.
No, I'm just saying if they stick with where they're at, they're going to be out in the second round at best again.
So, hey, John, he not gonna like this, right? James Harden been in the multiple Western Conference Finals in a much tougher conference. How he the problem? Embiid been losing in the second round before he got there.
And that's the harsh reality. And I'm not mad at you, Ray, but that is the harsh reality. The harsh reality is a lot of people aren't placing the true accountability where it needs to go. They threw it on Doc Rivers. They threw it on when they let Jimmy go, and the infamous Tobias Harris over me. You know, there's been a lot of why is Philadelphia not able to get out of the second round? And look at the lowest common denominator. What is it? It's the fact that somebody has to be a leader on that team so that Joel Embiid can be who he wants to be. He does not want to be. He has been thrown into that position. So Ray is absolutely right. I'm not mad about it. Let's just call it what it is.
But to piggyback off that real quickly, like Ray said, I mean, Doc Rivers, we know Doc Rivers got a lot of blame, all the questions about coaching. And then, yeah, as much as, again, I'm not even joking around, not even giving you crap, but Ben Simmons, people say you wasted time with Ben Simmons and Joel Embiid just because of that. Even before, you know, Simmons with the miss, there's a lot of questions always out of Philly. And granted, I know it's Philly sports radio. They're crushing Simmons and saying Embiid can't get it done. I mean, yeah, Kawhi gets that insane bounce, as we know, that sent Philly home. But you had the Philly fans now had to put up with allegedly Doc, which, like Ray said, I mean, he's gotten more of a pass than anybody. Has been a longest time since he won a championship. Then you have the Ben Simmons experience. So, look, I think with Harden and Simmons, and yes, here's that thing. If Embiid is healthy, a healthy Embiid, and Harden contributing the way he has to, and just let Embiid do what he does, like, yeah, that team can get past it with a Maxey and a Tobias Harris. So that's just me.
They have no chance at that, Mike. Hey, they're out in the second round every year. Why do you say that, Mike?
Hold on. It can't be every year because Harden's
been every year.
Because you said Harden the problem. All I know is the guy won MVP. They swept Brooklyn and he averaged 20 in the first round.
What I'm saying
is, he gets to the second round and your MVP, who averaged 30 in the season, averaged 25 points on 42% shooting. When James Harden shoots a better percentage than you, you're a big man. In the playoffs, James Harden averaged 22, 9, and 8 with 2 steals against Boston. And Boston was just flat out better. Let's start there. But the MVP disappeared. That's what happened. As this comment said.
With the situation you're in, it doesn't matter if your guy disappeared. He is the face of your franchise. So you have to get somebody who is an MVP like him. Because face it, James Harden's not that old James Harden, right? He's not that guy anymore. So you have to find a guy with Embiid while he's in his prime, while he's at an MVP level. It doesn't matter what he's not done in the playoffs. You have to find a guy to go with him in order
game 4.
In order
I'm
to
serious.
Get yourself over the hump.
I'm so serious. You cannot, and I don't even like that guy in Miami. I really don't. Like I think y'all overhype him way too. But if that guy's in the NBA Finals with Max Strus, Gabe Vincent, and Duncan Robinson, you can't tell me that Tyrese Maxey, Tobias Harris, and James Harden ain't enough.
I can, and I will.
But it's a lie.
Oh, go look at the facts. Go look at what round they're out in each year.
Again, who's the common denominator? It was happening before Harden was there. It was happening before Maxey evolved.
And that's why. Listen. All right. So as the Philly guy, I'm shutting this conversation down. As I told you before, perk your ears up, pay attention, and listen. I told you, it's Joel Embiid. Okay, now let's transition to the NFL because we're done with this Philly talk. We're not going down this rabbit hole tonight. Y'all gonna have that conversation. Hit me up at a later time, and we will go down that rabbit hole. Each one of y'all know how to put my buttons. I'm pulling up to Pennsylvania. I'm pulling up to North Carolina. I'm pulling up to Jacksonville, and I'm damn sure pulling up to Phoenix. Okay?
I tell you what, you pull up to North Carolina. Hey. You might not want to have nowhere else on the list after that because that might be your last pull up.
That's why I'm going to Pennsylvania first. All right, look, NFL. All right, we got 2 guys, and then we got to talk about some gambling issues, and then of course we got to keep that same energy with my man, the sports reporter without pay rate.
Hey, Chuck, I just want to know where you at right now, so I can come see you. I need to put my hands on. No, Chuck, I need to put my hands on.
Oh, Chuck,
I need to know where
you'll
see
right
Chuck.
Now. I'm sure at some point, but let's start with this guy. Dalvin Cook, all right, top running back in the league. He done been on so many visits, but still ain't signed with nobody. So, same question I asked y'all about Damon Harden. I'm going to ask y'all again about this guy. Where will Dalvin Cook play the 2023-2024 NFL season? Big guard. Where's he going to play?
I hate to say it. If he was smart, man, I hate to say it because this dude right here, man.
Yeah, do it.
If he was smart, he'd take us behind to Miami or Buffalo. But
go.
Miami or Buffalo, AFC.
Don't do a Mike Harris. That's Mike Harris Noodle's job. Just pick one.
Miami would be good, but I think Buffalo would be good too. But Miami.
Ray, where's he going?
I really don't know. What I do know is it's something they know that we don't know, right? Like, he's too talented. Like, people talk about the health issue. He done rushed over 1,000 the last 4 years. He's playing 13, 14. He played 17 games last year. Like, what's going on at these visits? What's going like? It's got to be something with his health. That, like, there's no way for a guy to be that talented. He just lingering out here. Like, the other guy we gonna get to, totally get it. Everybody know health issues. But what's going on with Dalvin Cook that he can't land anywhere? Like, something's gonna come out later. Miami, obviously, Miami or Buffalo makes the most sense. You got very talented quarterbacks, Miami to a lower level. Great receiving course. And he would just be wide open. As if Kansas City
need first cousins at quarterback. That's what.
No, don't you even.
He already had him.
He need first cousins at quarterback.
Don't you even start. Wait till we get to preseason predictions.
Yo, hey man, real quick, man. I'm this guy right here, man. Because I done been over there on Say What Said Again. And as soon as he started talking, he says, "Can I answer the question? Hold on, can I answer the question? That's Chuck for you. Can I answer my question? Hey, bro, let me talk my stuff when I'm on here. Let me talk my stuff, and I'll pull up on Say What Said Again whenever y'all back on the air, Chuck. I'll pull up in Fayetteville, bro, on the Merc. I ain't hard to find."
Hey, look, none of us are from the Merc, so watch your lips.
All right, Mike Carrotino, where is he? And you only get one answer, Mike. Where's Dalvin Cook on land?
Well, that's fine since he rejected Miami's early offer and he doesn't like that. And Buffalo, I don't know if they have the money. I'm just going to be a dreamer. I'm going to say he's going to end up with a star in his helmet, and I'm going to be a very happy person.
Hey, kick him off right now, Bo.
Ended up in Dallas. Hey, you asked me where, I gave you one answer, and that's it. Miami pissed him off. He's going to another state that doesn't have any state taxes. So state income tax. So he's going to be a Cowboy.
Thank you.
Don't you buy Felicia?
John, are you saying Miami, John?
No, I have to reply to Mike first. So you're saying they're going to pay Tony Pollard top 5 running back money and pay Dalvin?
No, they're not. He signed the franchise tag. Yeah. Okay. So $10 million.
Yeah. That's top 5 money at your position.
Bro.
Okay. Yeah. Exactly. And they'll give him.
So you're going to pay 2 running backs top 5 money because he's
those two.
Yeah,
absolutely. Absolutely.
Okay, that's clearly a Dallas thing.
You think it's some off the field stuff though, Ray?
No,
and you still don't be second place. Hold on, really quick. Before you get to that, let me just say really quick. I would like Dalvin Cook to go to a team that not a lot of people are talking about, and I feel it would put this team in a better position. All right, and that is the New England Patriots. I think Dalvin Cook could help Mac Jones be more, not more of a pocket presence, but he would have more ability as opposed to laying on his back. So I'm saying Dalvin Cook to New England. Now, y'all can go ahead.
He need to go back to the Vikings. First cousins.
First of all,
he does not.
They have Ramondre Stevenson, so they don't need that. They got their guy. They got their franchise back already. I think the reason that he hasn't signed in Miami, and I hate it, it's a harsh reality, but running backs like him and Saquon think that they're going to get more than they are, and they are worth that, but the way running backs are paid these days, he's not going to get paid like that because nobody values running backs anymore. As good as he is, that's the reason he didn't leave Miami with a deal, because he wants top money, and running backs just aren't getting that anymore. That's the harsh reality. He's going to have to accept that, otherwise he's going to remain unsigned. Nobody's going to give him a giant deal. It's just how it is. Saquon Barkley's not going to get a giant deal. It sucks, but that's
ain't Chuck a Giants fan? Oh, I hope Saquon doesn't sign.
No, Chuck is a Miami fan.
No, Chuck's a Packer.
But I do.
He's a Miami Jets Packer fan.
So I do think he ends up in Miami. It makes the most sense. Like, he thinks that he's going to get that money. The best fit's got to be Buffalo, but I don't think that's going to happen.
Best fit is wherever Kirk Cousins go.
No, wrong.
Yeah, first Cousins.
You got to go too. All right, Ray. You talked about him earlier. Where is arguably, in the opinion of Mike Carrot-Tenuto and myself, the best wide receiver in the league, DeAndre Hopkins? Where is he going?
The what?
You heard what I said. I said, in the opinion of Mike Carrot-Tenuto and myself.
Man, first off, I don't know when we start hanging our hats on Michael Carrot-Tenuto's opinion. Like
your opinion. You
just said the Cowboys were going to pay two running backs top 5 money.
Hey, no. So, I think he's going to wind up it's going to be one of them things we don't even like. Nobody's going to see it coming. He's going to wind up on a team, and it won't make sense. The most logical thing would be the Jets, right? It'd just be the most logical thing, right? But I don't know, man. We don't even know if he's still the same DeAndre Hopkins. We really don't.
So said Tennessee, man. Shut up, Cortland.
I still got. Listen, no wait. To quote Ray, the one night we had Cortland on,
play with that bum.
Ray said it. He said, "Eric, I got to apologize to you, John, and Mike, because ain't nobody talk more about their team than Cortland Griffin." So.
Tennessee. Wait a minute, but wait a minute, Eric. No, see, so everybody, y'all talk about Tampa Bay and Baltimore. Go back and look in that season. Tell me who had the number 1 defense back then, Eric. That's right, it was the Tennessee Titans. But y'all didn't know that. I get so tired of Cortland, he make me sick.
Look, for DeAndre Hopkins, I'm gonna be honest. As long as he doesn't go to Dallas, I don't care where he goes. Let's just keep it like that. I just, if he goes to Dallas, I will lose my mind. I'm telling you right now.
No, I think the funny thing is they can't get both, but I say that he ends up in Buffalo because I don't think they sign. If they don't sign Dalvin Cook, I think they get Hopkins. And I mean, the money. It all comes down to obviously these guys want the money, but the longer you wait to sign, free agency's gone, all that stuff's gone. Like you're waiting for somebody to get injured.
The money gone.
So I say Hop ends up in Buffalo.
I think the best fit is got to be New England. It's a perfect fit with Bill Belichick. They got their defense. They got a running game. They just need for Bill Belichick, he just needs a guy. D-Hop doesn't have to be old D-Hop. What he has to be is Anquan Boldin on the Ravens. What Anquan Boldin on the Ravens was every time Joe Flacco in 2012 needed to move the chains, guess who was there right at the first down marker? It was Anquan Boldin. That's exactly what D-Hop would be in New England. I'm not saying that they're going to win the division. I'm not saying they're going to be like this great team, but it'd be a perfect fit. Again, I agree with what Ray was saying about I'm not so sure he has a lot left in the tank after 2 years of basically not playing. He's had a lot of injuries. He had the suspension. I don't think he's the old D-Hop, but I think the only place where you don't expect him to be the old D-Hop is New England because he could be possession guy and Bill Belichick can work with that and make him look great. So I think New England.
I mean, there's another place he could go where he wouldn't be expected to be
Chiefs.
Yeah, he wouldn't be expected to be a superstar.
Why you do that? Why you do that, Ray? Ty, why you do that?
Because he's a jerk. I'm just simply saying.
I'm just saying, you go there, you play with Kelsey. You got what's the little fast joker from the Giants? I forgot his name. Oh, Tony Kadarius. I mean, hey.
Well, if you're going to talk that in quarterback, I mean, the Chargers wouldn't be a bad fit either, would it? If Austin Eckler.
I mean, I'm just saying, like, I would love to see him in Baltimore and give Lamar another weapon, but. I think if he wants to win, I think Kansas City is where it's at.
A weapon to do what?
Hey.
Let's play charades.
Let's play charades. He got D-Hop and OBJ. Hey, he don't.
Let's play charades. Who am I? I'm a Baltimore Ravens receiver.
You might be a Detroit Lions wide receiver.
What is with the hate tonight for Detroit?
He ain't got nothing else better to do.
It's because San Fran doesn't even got a quarterback. He's upset. He's cranky. They ain't even got a QB.
Okay. All right. Last piece before we get to keep that same energy.
Miami. I know that much. Hey,
NFL.
That Miami pack.
And the gambling situation. So, Mike, I'm gonna turn this one over to you, my brother.
Well, I mean, look, 6 more guys. Well, 5 got suspended for the season. 1 got 6 games. And yeah, I mean, look, you're not supposed to bet on your own team, and we get this all the way back from Pete Rose. But to me, I go at it as if they were betting on their own teams, and yes, they can affect the outcome of a game. That is major problems, as we know, Eric. But it's the hypocrisy of it. I mean, back in the day, and I talked about this on the show before, Brent Musburger used to say, because it's like Jimmy the Greek and all those, like he was on the show and they were talking about who's favorite, but it was kind of a faux pas to talk gambling way back then. But they would literally come back and he'd say, oh, you know, they'd have the 4-shot. Like you're looking live at, you know, the old RFK Stadium, or you're looking live at Candlestick Park, because it was for the degenerate gamblers that wanted to see the weather right before kickoff. And that's why Brent Musburger did that, like way back when. So now all these owners and stuff, they get in bed, they're investors, you know, with FanDuel, with DraftKings, and it's great. Oh, you can't have a team in Vegas. NHL goes there first. And then, yeah, the Raiders, we knew they were going to leave Oakland, but I mean, San Antonio was, you know, a favorite, Eric, for quite a while. And then all of a sudden, like, oh, well, we sponsor these things. Oh, it's okay to go to Vegas. Like, we're going to have a team in Vegas, and that stadium's phenomenal. But
Mike, time out really quick. I apologize, and I normally don't do this to you, but when someone leaves comments like this, I have to respond just so really quick. So I love this brother. Y'all know I had the pleasure of meeting him at the Black Sport Business Symposium in Atlanta 2 years ago. But when you run your lips and say you the best in the nation and you want to make an appearance, what do I always say, Cortland Griffin? I ain't a hard man to find. All you got to do is show up. So anytime you want to come on here and hang out with greatness, you let me know. Holla at your boy. Okay. I just had to get that out the way.
He's the kid trying to get himself invited to a party that everybody else is at, and he's just trying to like invite himself and put himself there. You know, he didn't get invited by everybody else. He's that kid.
Oh, wow. I just had to say that, but
right.
Mike, go ahead. Please continue.
No, but I mean, it's the hypocrisy of it. Like, yes, you need not to be betting on your own teams because of the pure joy, like, and competition of sports. Like I said, we learned that from Pete Rose. But like these guys getting these year suspensions, it's like at some point the player in the next CBA, which is a few years away, that's going to be crazy to me, Eric, because I think that's going to be a huge sticking point. You can't say that, okay, these owners are this and that. If the owners are betting on their team, like people say, well, they're the owners. Well, is it not? If they're betting against their team, I mean, could they say to a coach, hey, I think that guy looks, you know, hurt or whatever? Am I going to an extreme? Maybe, but it's the hypocrisy of, okay, we're going to support all these now legal gambling sites after, of course, the great state of New Jersey sued, and it took years, but finally won, and people can pretty much gamble everywhere. I mean, not every state has gotten on board, but we know it's grown. We know it's a multi-billion-dollar industry. So the fact that, like, yes, it's in their code of conduct. People say, oh, you always say don't talk out of both sides of your mouth. I know it's in the code of conduct. You can't bet on their team. But, Eric, let me ask you this. What's the difference of if I'm playing and I hand you $100,000 and say, hey man, go put this on us, Eric. Now you put the bet down. You're not playing, but it's my damn money. Are you going to rat me out? I mean, I'm giving you money.
As long as I get some of it, you know,
right, but
good,
that's my point. So inevitably, like, it's just, I understand, like, can you affect a game? Yes. But if like I said, if I give you the money or any of you guys the money, you go bet, you're still betting for me. I still have an outcome. I can still affect the outcome of how I want that to go. So I get that part, but it's just a hypocrisy to me from the league that was so, I mean, Eric, we know for years, everybody knows it was such a faux pas. I mean, they talked about all the money bet on the Super Bowl before all this legal stuff. Like, it was billions of dollars, but most of it was like offshore accounts and crazy rich people that were like not betting legally. So it's like, not like it was all going through Vegas or Atlantic City, you know, anyway. But yeah, it's just
don't be talking about Mattress Mac like that, man.
It's the hypocrisy of the league to me. And I'm not saying that betting on a team is right, but when you get in bed with certain things, it's like, oh, okay, just look at this shiny thing over here. Don't look at this shiny thing over here that we now invest in, and we make more millions and millions and millions of dollars from.
That's remember Beverly Hills Cop, Mike, when they walk into Gilbert Gottfried's office. And he's like, in this hand, you'll have $200. In this hand, you'll be like, what was that over there? What's this over here?
Yes. No, but I mean, that's exactly what it is to me. And like I said, I get nobody wants a player on their team, anyone affecting an outcome thinking, okay, it's a I get it. But you're in bed with all these people. So inevitably, I mean, do I think the players like, okay, it's proof. If somebody sold them out, like I said, if I give you $100,000 and we win, Eric, you get, 10%. Like, here, bet this. Like, I want to win it, obviously. So,
man. Okay, so real quick. So, because Mike just been just yapping for I don't know how long about we should allow gambling. Like, we don't see how slippery of a slope that is.
Right, but that's why there were no teams that's my point. You couldn't talk about it for years. Then it becomes legal. All these owners invest in it, and they're investors in these companies, and they're backing it. And now it's okay. It's okay to have apps on your phone. So the slippery slope, they already opened it, Ray. That's the whole point.
No, but they didn't. They didn't open a slippery slope. Guns are legal. Instagram is legal, but you can't wave guns on Instagram. Ask Ja Morant. It's not a slippery slope. Betting is legal. FanDuel's legal. You as an athlete can't bet. Like that's not. It just is what it is. That's the rule. You can't do it.
You just can't be on team facilities. That's all. You could bet on an NBA game. You just aren't allowed on a team facility.
John,
that's all.
As an athlete,
if you're an NFL player,
they find out.
You can bet on a game if you're not like on the Lions facility. If you're outside of it, not on the Lions facility, you can do what you want as long as it's legal in that state. As long as you're not.
So Jared Goff, not on Lions facility, can bet
if he's chilling at home and it's legal in the state he's in, he can bet on the NBA or the MLB or whatever. He can't bet on the NFL, but he can bet on the NBA or MLB or whatever as long as he's not at an NFL facility. Yeah.
To be continued for another time because we
feel bad about none of these guys getting caught.
We will snowball that for a later time because we got to keep that same energy. My man Ray Lynn, the sports reporter without pay. This is what he does. Comparable to career over, soon to take it over. It's fitting to be my man Ray Lynn. Keep that same energy.
Listen, we talked about it already. Eric is not going to like it. What do we say about T-Mac? Mr. Can't get out the first round. What do we say about Chris Paul? We talk about all the years it took him to get to Western Conference Finals. Steve Nash didn't make it to final. We talk about players who don't achieve the type of success that their star power warrants. Joel Embiid just got gift wrapped to MVP. At some point, we got to start holding him accountable for this second round stuff. And it's not like he's just losing and his team don't have enough. More often than not, when Joel Embiid doesn't succeed in the playoffs, it's him. Like we can go all the way back to 2019. The Kawhi Leonard shot everybody talk about. In that series, Joel Embiid averaged 17 points on 37% shooting. 17 points per game on 37% shooting. Then he lost to Atlanta. That just wasn't supposed to happen. What about last year against Miami? 19 points per game on 42% shooting. What about this year against Boston? 25 points per game on 42% shooting. The MVP, the best player on the team, the guy that's supposed to be better than Jokic because he plays both ends of the floor, the guy that's supposed to be up there with Giannis, with the Steph Currys, with the he don't show up in the play. It's just that simple. Philly hasn't achieved the success that they possibly can, and it's all on Joel Embiid, and nobody talks about it. At some point, we got to treat him the same way we treated Chris Paul, the same way we treated T-Mac, the same way we would treat LeBron or Kobe, the superstars. With Joel Embiid, Philly hasn't reached their goals, and it's all on him. Keep the same energy, E. Keep the same energy, E. Keep this, E. Say something, E.
Man, I just noticed Cortland just stopped commenting in them comment section. I haven't seen him.
Hey man, listen, man, bro. He had to mute me off the camera, dog.
I haven't seen him. Like,
hey man,
ladies and gentlemen, that is going to do it for us here tonight on the Sports Arena. I appreciate everybody. Like I said, we are definitely back every Monday night, 10 p.m. John Shear, Tuesday nights, 8:30, Sideline Sports. My man Ty Ray, say what, say it again, doing big things, man. Got a studio, got the whole crew together. Mike Caratenuto, Pac-12 review every Monday and Friday, 1 p.m. Eastern, 10 a.m. Pacific time. He's on the West Coast, the left coast. Forks up, my brother, ASU Sun Devil alum. And to my co-host, keep that same energy. Ball don't lie, and all points in between. One of the best sports debaters out there, the sports reporter without pay, Ray Lynn. For your man, Eric Wilson, and our Queen of Hoops who joined us tonight, man. We'll see y'all next Monday. Everybody stay blessed. Peace.